Hi guys, welcome back to another coffee chat video. I am drinking a good latte from Bravo Toast in Silver Lake. This is one of my favorite coffee places. I actually just went to psych class in West Hollywood to pick up the coffee beans, so I'm not spending money on coffee I can make at home. I have made so much progress in this office. I'm going to show you guys because the state of it before was worse, and all we can do is make progress. So let me show you guys that and my outfit before we get started. First and foremost, this floor is far more clear and clean than it was before. I couldn't even walk down this center path. The fact that there's only one box and a bag of trash is progress. I'm waiting for someone to come and paint this office space. It's gonna be like a darker midnight blue kind of color. I just haven't gotten the chance to schedule the appointment. I think they're gonna probably come sometime next week, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, but I don't wanna put too much like decor unless I have this place painted first. I don't wanna get a rug yet unless I have it painted. And once I have a desk, a lot of this stuff will not be just like lingering around. A lot of it just needs to like have a place to actually go. So anyway, progress. This is my outfit today. I'm wearing this hoodie. It's from a 9 I've talked about how much I love a 9. And these pants, they're from this brand called Superwoman. I previously used to call it like Spearwoman, but it's literally just short for Superwoman. Yeah, very comfy, very cozy. All my outfits are always on Instagram, so you can go check it out there. Let's get into this video. As you can tell from the title of this video, we are going to be talking about image and whether or not that impacts the opportunities that you get in your personal and professional life. People talk a lot about image and how you present yourself when it comes to dating and attracting certain types of men or women. And I feel like that topic has been talked to in oblivion, at least on other platforms like TikTok. But I don't think people talk a lot or enough about how you present yourself in certain professional environments and personal spaces that could lead to professional opportunities, why that matters. And another thing that I feel like people love to just talk about is forcing people in this like category of personal style that is synonymous with how wealthy people dress. Specifically on TikTok, I feel like there's this obsession with like old money and dressing with old money, wearing those cardigans and basically having your whole closet look like J. Crew. No hate to J. Crew because I used to like love a lot of their stuff, and I actually have a J. Crew sweater. So no hate. But I don't think everybody has to dress like that to be able to gain entry and access to different spaces. I feel like Tyler, the Creator, is one of my favorite examples of having personal style and still being able to curate opportunities for yourself. I don't think he fits into that like old money category or the typical eclectic category either. I think he's just Tyler, the Creator, and he wears what he likes, and he knows how to play with texture and symmetry and shapes and sizes, different sizes of clothing and patterns that allow for him to just be who he is, and opportunities just float to him in that way. My personal journey with personal style has been evolving. I feel like I used to dress specifically as it relates to like work opportunities, right? When I was 17, I worked at a real estate office, and everybody kind of just told me like, okay, you have to shop at Francesca's. I don't know if anyone remembers Francesca's, but I used to shop at Francesca's, and I used to shop at J. Crew and Banana Republic and The Loft, and I was literally 17 years old, and my whole closet, even when I was going to school, like I was wearing slacks and a blazer. I remember like one photo that I took like after prom, I was wearing a pink top, a black blazer, and like a white pair of jeans. That was like my typical look, was just like blazer looks all the time. Even if that's not exactly what I liked, I just did it because I felt like that's what I had to do. And honestly, it did work to my benefit because people took me seriously, whether I was at school, whether I was at the mall, whether I was at church, whether I was hanging out with like older people because I had older friends. People felt that I was a lot more mature based on how I presented myself. And people are like, oh, well, it's not enough for your clothes just to present you in that way. But it is, because when people can't have a conversation with you or engage with you in any way, all they see is the image of you and how you present yourself, from how you wear your makeup to how you style your hair to the shoes you're wearing. And not even talking about brand, but are your shoes clean or are they not clean? And if they aren't clean, do they match to the outfit that you are wearing. I have examples of this and I'm going to explain as we get deeper into this video. But I was told that those were the places that I should shop, so I did. And when I got to college, I was like, wow, my whole closet is literally nothing but corporate attire. Then I started wearing just like clubbing attire from Charlotte Russe. And then I worked in a hospital, so I had a lot of scrubs and a lot of like, again, professional clothes that came into play. And I never really felt like I actually had any sense of personal style. I kind of just bought what I was told to buy and wore what people told me makes sense to wear for the stage in my life that I was in. And as I got into grad school and moved out and started really actually like paying attention to my personal style, I went through so many different humps. Like I used to be obsessed with just binging and buying a bunch of stuff from Zara because I saw my friends buying stuff from Zara, or I would just buy like everything at H&M and I would overconsume, and I would see like, oh, my friend has this type of style. I like this, so I'm gonna start wearing this. And I felt like I was looking in my closet and all I saw was the style of other people. All I saw was what I saw other people wearing, and I felt that I needed to wear that. I would look at my coworkers and be like, okay, they're wearing this, so this is what I need to wear too. I need to have this, I need to have that. But it never really was a reflection of me or anything I liked. So when I moved into my apartment in 2021 or 2022, something like that, I did a whole closet rehaul, and I did it on TikTok and I documented it. I went through every single item in my closet and I would style it. And if I couldn't style it, I couldn't keep it. And mainly if I couldn't style it in more than one way, I couldn't keep it. Then I had my friend who's a personal stylist come, and she helped me get rid of a lot of stuff. And then I would start doing that every like 6 months. I cleaned out my closet. Even when I moved into this new place, I cleaned out my closet again. And I'm going to show you guys my closet as well in this video. But I cleaned out my closet and I didn't buy anything. I stopped buying fast fashion as number one, but I didn't buy anything unless I had to like have something like a white t-shirt. I'd gotten rid of all my white t-shirts, so I needed a white t-shirt. So I went and got that. But I didn't want to get anything for those 2 years of time because I really needed to understand what I like. What's my style? What's my vibe? What am I comfortable in? Not just because I saw somebody else in it, not just because it looked good on someone else's body. What is good for me? And that's the other thing that I had to take time to really understand is what works for my body type? What works for my proportions? What makes sense for me on top of what do I actually like? So during those 2 years, I just spent a lot of time researching about fashion, researching about my body type. I have like an inverted triangle body type, and I'm also very, very petite, but I love oversized clothes. And I love mixing different colors sometimes. I went through like a beige phase because everybody went through like, we're not wearing colors. And why? So I started incorporating more colors throughout time, and like I would get stuff that I could wear in any area of my life, whether it's in the office, whether it's on a date with my fiance, whether it's to hang out with my family, it doesn't really matter where I'm going. I want to be able to wear what I like. That's a good representation of me. And after I've done that, I have received so many more opportunities in ways that I never thought I would have, just because I decided to showcase my own personal style and my own image. And not to say I wasn't like getting opportunities before, because I told you I was dressing in a professional way. So in the corporate space, I was getting a lot of opportunities. But now that I'm showcasing who I am through my clothes and my style and what I actually just like, more opportunities are coming to me. The first example I want to tell you guys is when I was in South Africa, I went to a vineyard with my mother-in-law and one of her friends, and we were just sitting at a table drinking wine. And honestly, I was in such a place of euphoria. I didn't even know what was going on or who was around me. And I was scrolling on my phone. The sommelier came over and was talking to us about the wine, and I was having a conversation with them. And then my mother-in-law went to like wander around the property and just like take photos and explore. She came back, and after she came back, someone came over and brought her a bottle of wine for her birthday. And then we left. I get an email from the vineyard like staff, and they're like, oh, we'd like to invite you to like this party for our wine, our Cap Classique, because South Africa has their own type of like champagne, essentially. You just can't call it champagne because it's not produced in the Champagne region of France. But anyway, so they invited me over, and I was like, okay, cool. So I went on the boat party, and that woman who gave my mother-in-law a bottle of wine actually was affiliated with the owners of the vineyard. And they're like, oh, we saw you, or she came up to me and she was like, I saw you at the vineyard, and I was so afraid to approach you because you were so serious when you were engaging in a conversation with the sommelier. But she said, what attracted me to you and your table was you were wearing this beautiful coral colored top that looked so stunning on your skin, and I was gravitated to that. I kid you not. She mentioned my coral button down. Okay. And she said from then I was so intrigued that I saw that you posted a video about the vineyard on your TikTok or whatever, and I asked them to invite you to this party. Never spoke a word to me, never talked to me, never engaged with me at all, but was gravitated by my beauty. No, seriously, I'm just saying for real, was gravitated by what I was wearing. And it's funny about that coral top because, again, I told you guys I used to not wear colors, but throughout the years, I've learned what colors work really well with my skin. And that's oranges, that's yellows, that's corals. I used to think like pink doesn't work as well with my skin. I also did a color analysis, by the way, so I know what colors actually complement me, what draw other people to me based on the colors that I'm wearing. Get a color analysis if you've never gotten one, by the way. I think you can find some online virtually, or you can go in person. I think it's like $100 to $200, but it'll save you a lot of money because you'll stop buying clothes that wash you out and that don't complement you and your natural beauty and who you are. So that's one example of how what you're wearing allows for people to gravitate towards you. As a second example, there's many instances where, like, for example, I was in New York City and I was wearing this half boy cropped like shearling jacket. I'm obsessed with that jacket. I found it on sale and I was so happy. I was like, ooh, this is for me. Added it to my closet collection and I wear it all the time. And most of the clothes in my closet I wear all the time. And as I'm talking, you guys will see like little pictures on the screen of the outfits that I'm talking about. But you don't even know how many people came up to me saying they loved that jacket. They loved that jacket, and it sparked a conversation about random things. And now those people are still messaging me and keeping in touch with me, or we've had conversations that have led to other things. I went to a party in Venice Beach, like, I don't even know how long ago it was. I was wearing a bodysuit by Gauge 81, denim jeans, like dark blue wash denim jeans, and these red ballet flats from Frida Salvador. Someone stopped me and was asking me about the ballet flats. And then we started talking about their time in New York City and how they started a business. And I came to find out that the business that person owns, I have the product. And then we started talking about the product and they're like, oh my God, we should get coffee. Clothes matter. How you present yourself matters. And people think it's like you have to emulate that rich, luxury, old money aesthetic. You emulate your own aesthetic. People are drawn to you and how you showcase yourself and express yourself through your clothing. Seriously. I hate this from me. My camera's gonna die. I'm just gonna say one thing else really, really quick. One thing I always get told is I'm so serious. The woman in South Africa told me I look serious. People who meet me in person and they're like, oh my God, you're a lot less serious in person than you are online. I choose to present myself that way. I choose to. That's a choice. I could make my image something else, but it's not. And this is who I want to be. And generally, I'm a serious person, but I'm also fun and light and airy, but I choose to present myself as someone who is put together, as someone who is polished, as someone who knows what they're talking about, as someone who is researched. And I want people to see me and how I present myself in the way I dress, whether it's in the office or on the street. I want you to see that and receive that message without me ever having to open my mouth. And I achieved that because I chose to not follow how other people dress. I just dress the way I want. I just dress the way I want. Sometimes I dress in a very corporate way. Sometimes I don't. And sometimes I am like far more modest in how I dress. And sometimes I'm not. I choose to wear what I think complements me and my body type and my personality. And that's all that matters. And now that I've focused on curating my own self-image, far more opportunities have come to me. And not just in like the entertainment sector. Another example that I didn't even get to tell you guys, when I was working at a consulting firm, the CEO personally asked me to go to the conference. I went one year, everybody was obsessed with me that whole conference. Everybody was talking about my outfit. They were like, oh my God, you look so cute. I like how you paired sneakers with this dress and blah, 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 blah. Inviting me to after dinner cocktails. Every year that I worked at that company, the CEO requested that I attend because the receptivity of how I carried myself at that conference mattered. They asked me because of how I present myself and how I carry myself. I didn't even get to touch on like hairstyles in this video. That's a deep one. Yeah, let's go to my closet now so I can kind of show you guys what I mean by my closet is a representation of me and I wear what I like and it doesn't affect me in corporate spaces at all. And I wear unique outfits in the office too and people love them. People love them. So let's go there. I didn't even get to tell you guys, I went to my company Christmas party and one of the executives, I was sitting next to them for dinner and they were like, you know, you are holistically consistent in your seriousness. And at first I was like, what the heck does that even mean? But it's, yeah, just how I carry myself, how I engage in conversations is generally from a very professional approach. And again, that's how I want to be perceived. And people who know me personally, if anybody ever, anyway, my friends know it's how I want to be perceived. And my friends know that I'm very lighthearted. But after they said that, they were like, oh, I was telling your supervisor or boss, whatever, that I want you to have more opportunities. I want you to be more exposed. I want you to be engaged with even all the things that your boss is engaged in from an executive perspective. I want you to be in that too, because I think you're capable and you're ready for it. It all stemmed from that statement of you are holistically serious in everything, from my presentation, how I look, how I carry myself. So I want to show you guys some things that I have worn in the office that I've received compliments on. And generally I always receive compliments in my work like appearance, but all the things that I have, I would wear out with my friends anyway. Like I wore this sweater out with my friend last night. We went and got brunch and I wore this with a pair of blue jeans and my Puma Liga sneakers and my Bottega crossbody, chocolate brown with some gold jewelry and my black sunglasses. Very cute, very chic. I also wore this to the office with my Kate Spade closed-toed like slingbacks. I don't have them anymore. And these Frankie Shop pants. Anything I have in my closet is a representation of who I am, and that's why I can wear my clothes anywhere, whether it's the office or hanging out with my friends or going to church. It doesn't really matter. Another pair of pants that I have that I wear anywhere, these Rachel Comey pants. I wear this all the time, casually, personally, professionally, doesn't matter. I love these pants, love them. What else? Like, there's nothing here that I wouldn't show up to work in. Even these green pants, I would wear these to work. If it was like a casual Friday, I would definitely wear these. I would wear them. It doesn't really matter to me. And people still perceive me extremely professionally because it's how you put things together and how you showcase and present yourself from the top to the bottom. I don't think you have to only wear a J. Crew button down and feel good about yourself or feel like because you show up to work in untraditional clothing, you're not going to be getting opportunities. I don't believe that. Those were just a few things that I wanted to show you guys, but in summary, image matters and how you present yourself matters. If you have any more questions about like how I cleaned out my closet or personal style, let me know in the comments and I'll make another response follow-up video to it. If you want me to talk about hair and working in the corporate space as a woman of color, happy to get into that. Until then, my coffee's getting cold and I have meetings to get to. So see you guys in the next video.